Okay mga kababayan, magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Ito po pag-usapan natin si Cynthia Villar at saka si Senador Tulfo. Nagtalo na naman mga kababayan, nagkabangayan na naman dito sa budget ng DENR. Talagang matindi yung kanilang sagutan dito mga kababayan. Dahil kung itong si Villar malakas bumatikos dito kay makipagtalo dito kay Rizal Tiberos. Ito dahil nabaliktad na naman si Cynthia Villar na naman ang sponsor dito sa DENR mga kababayan. Kaya pinapaliwanag dito ni Senador Tulfo na bakit daw itong dami pa rin kalokohan ng DENR mga kababayan. Hindi ko alam kung ano. Pakinggan muna natin mga kababayan.
Kayo po, madam. Negosyante po kayo, madam sponsor.
But it doesn't solve the legal problem of masonry.
I'm not talking about madam sponsor. I'm not talking about the legal problem.
But in the end, you have to be legally correct.
I know.
For a businessman, everything should be legally correct.
Well, some shrewd businessman may be. Yung mga tusong businessman maybe.
Hindi.
Would you like us to bring Masungi here? Or even make a phone call? Tawagin Masungi. Would somebody call Masungi? Right here, right now. Mag-alamanan kung sinong-sinungaling. DENR o Masungi. Kung gusto mo, magpaano pa tayo? Lie detector test.
Where?
Polygraph test para malaman kung sinong-sinungaling. Pwede bang paki-identify po, Madam Sponsor, kung sino po yung dalawa sa picture na binilugan? This was an event in Rizal.
Okay, question. Sis Yvonne, ano naman ang benepisyong makukuha
Ano natin mga kababayan
sa first look?
Kasi may picture dito na dalawa binilugan. Sino itong dalawang binilugan na to? Ayan.
Si Governor Inales.
Ayan
They are stakeholders operating in Rizal, and they were invited by the governor of Rizal to discuss a joint project with all the stakeholders.
Joint projects.
Yes.
Can the good sponsor tell us exactly who these two people are, their names, and then what who they represent?
They are.
And what are the kind of business that they do, that they own?
They cannot recognize the other one, but the one is a quarry operator.
Quarry operator. Thank you. And the other one is?
They do not know him.
Okay. Well, I'll identify the second one. Estelle Marie Rebancos, an officer of Montalban Aggregates Producers Association.
So, quarry operator also.
Exactly. In 2022, DENR ordered the suspension of the quarrying permits of the large-scale companies allegedly encroaching on the Masungi G Reserve in Rizal, including the Rapid City Realty and Development Corporation, Kim Song Limestone Incorporated, and Quarry Rock Group Incorporated, owned by Angelita Lee, who happens to be in the picture. Sinuspindi po ng DENR ang quarrying permit ng mga nito, and yet, inibitahan sila dyan sa Project Transform. So out of delicadeza, bakit po sila nandyan? Bakit sila naimbitahan?
As I mentioned, they were invited by the governor of Rizal, stakeholders of in Rizal. Hindi ang nag-imbita sa kanila, DENR.
Yes, di po ba? Dapat bilang secretary ng DENR, tinatanong niya, karapatan niya itanong kung sino-sino ang magdadalo sa isang pagtitipon.
But they cancel. You cancel. Inside.
That's a DENR event, actually. So, ang DENR must have the call kung sinong imbitahan at sinong hindi. Hindi naman event yan ng governor, event po yan ng DENR. So ang DENR dapat ang gumagawa ng guest list. Hindi po si Governor. Kahit na halimbawa inibitahan ni Governor, pero pwede naman tablahin ni DNR Secretary. Sabihin, I don't want that two persons invited because may mga problema sila. Nasuspindi namin yung kanilang mga permits. And then I don't want to be mixed with those two individuals.
Rapid City company inside the Masungi Reserve was cancelled in 2023 because it's inside the protected area.
Tama po.
Italy, who is operating outside, is still operating.
Yun nga po, Madam Sponsor, Mr. President. Nagkaroon ng event ang DNR. Now, syempre, ang DNR may control doon sa guest list, doon sa mga taong imbitahan nila o hindi. Okay, sinasabi ng DNR that those two people were invited by the governor. Pero,
the governor of Rizal.
Exactly. Pero sila pa rin may control kung sino ang papupuntahin nila o hindi, regardless kung invited the governor, because that's an event of the DNR, that's not an event.
My dear Senator, when the governor is inviting people, the DNR cannot stop the governor.
No, but
that's the reality of life in the Philippines.
Yes.
Like for me, if I am in Las Piñas and the mayor of Las Piñas will invite people, I cannot say that, look, I don't like this.
Nakapangulo mong baba pa, oh.
Kasi kung ako po ang nasa sitwasyon dyan at ako po ang secretary ng DNR, ako po ang may call kung sino yung mga guest na papasok. Pwede ko pong harangin yung mga taong ayaw kong papasukin regardless kung yan ay kasama ni Governor. Siguro naman may mga PA siya o EA na magsasabi sa kanya, sorry po Gov, wag muna natin siya isama kasi may problema po yan.
The governor cannot do that.
Baka kasabwat.
I mean, I'm a politician. You don't do that.
Baka kasabwat yung gobernador.
What's good is that the Rapid City was cancelled because it's inside a protected area.
I know.
Italy was not cancelled because it's operating outside the protected area.
Madam Sponsor, Mr. President, ulitin ko. At sasabihin kong dahilan kung bakit ko pinakita yung picture na yan.
Mm-hmm.
Nagkaroon ng event ang DNR. Project Transform. Now, before I proceed, nandyan ho ba si Gov? Si Governor Henares? Nandyan po siya? Okay. Exactly. So, bit-bit ni Governor. Pero, if I were the secretary, meron naman siguro karapatan magsabi, Gov, pwede ba? Wag mo muna natin isama yung dalawa. Magkakaroon tayo ng picture taking at baka magkakaroon ng kulay out of delicadeza kasi may problema yan.
Tama.
Ayaw ko makahalo-bilo mga yan dito. Siguro naman si Governor magsasabi, of course, kasi event nyo ito, gagalangin ko yung request mo. I don't think the governor said, no, hindi pwede, bisita ko to eh. I don't think the governor would say that.
Baka kasabwat.
Don't think the governor will say that, but
Exactly.
In his mind,
Ba't
he
pinagtatanggol ni
cannot say
Villar?
that if you're constituent in the province.
Anyari sa'yo, Villar?
Constituent. Oo.
So that
Kahit na gusto niyan sabihin, hindi niya.
yes, so that means the governor has a say on environmental regulations.
Not
But if-
necessarily.
Therefore, may karapatan ng DNR na tumanggi kung sino yung mga bisitang ay na papasukin niya sa event nila.
Tama.
Because that was a DNR event. Now, sasabihin ko kung reason kung bakit. DNR is set to cancel the contract of Masungi Gear Reserve Foundation Incorporated over Marikina Watershed. They might have the right to do so legally, but morally, no. Some people will say that. They have the legal right to do it, but it is not in accordance to good practice. Sisibakin nyo yung Masungi and then papasok ng Project Transform na kasama dyan ay itong dalawang mga grupo na sinuspindi ang permit ng DNR.
Ay, ibig sabihin,
Ang inibitahan yung mga taga-Masungi.
ay korupsyon yan.
Italy is operating outside Masungi.
Eh, bakit pinagtatanggol ni Villar?
Operating inside Masungi, and their
Huwag ka na magdahilan, ma'am.
Yes, Madam Sponsor, Mr. President.
Nagdadahilan ka pa, ma'am eh.
Yan ang Masungi.
Nais mo bang makipag-chat sa magagandang
Diba?
babae sa gitna ng gabi?
Oo.
Punta sa sugo. Hindi mo kailangan magbigay ng impormasyon.
Masungi.
Huwag na kasi magdahilan pa. Oh, ay di nalungkot ka ngayon.
kung may invited daw doon taga-Masungi.
They have to invited, ma'am, but they did.
Bukod sa hindi invited yung Masungi, wala rin pong representative na indigenous tribe leaders and watershed NGOs.
Said that this
They were not as well invited. Ang imbitado lamang yung dalawang personality na binanggit ko na meron pong problema sa DNR, mismo DNR na nag-cancel na kanilang permit in 2022.
This is a transdisciplinary approach towards natural reserves, conservation, and resilience through multi-stakeholder collaboration. So,
Disciplinary.
nag-invite po sila dun sa Masungi, na taga-Masungi, hindi nagpunta, pero yung IPs may nagpunta.
No, they were not invited, Madam Sponsor. Now, you did mention about disciplinary so-and-so. So, dinisiplina itong dalawa at inimbita matapos sila disiplinahin. If they were
Malakas.
they should not be there in the first place.
Malakas pala itong dalawang na to, mga kababayan.
Bakit po hindi inimbitahan yung Masungi? No, Masungi wasn't invited. Not even the indigenous tribe leaders, maging po yung mga watershed NGOs. Ang in-invite lang yung mga nasuspindi o sinuspindi ng DNR. Sinuspindi ang mga permit dahil sa quarry.
Eh, nagkakalukuhan dito.
Ito na-invite. They have a list of those invited, and one of them is the indigenous people mandatory
Where?
representative in Tanay, Rizal.
Saan po dyan at anong pangalan po ng mga indigenous people representatives? Saan po? Can you give me the names? Madam Sponsor, Mr. President?
They will give the attendance record to you, the list of the attendance record to you. You will be furnished.
Kasi nga po, Madam Sponsor, Mr. President, sana man lang, out of courtesy and respect sa Masungi, they should have been invited. Kasi nga po, yung Masungi Geo-Reserve, napakaraming awards po natanggap yan. Since 2016, Model for Balance Man-Nature Interaction, World Conservation Congress 2016. 2018, Special Commendations, Pathfinder Award, Innovations for Conservation, Financing and Resourcing. 2020, Top 5 Finalists, Win-Win, Gothenburg Sustainability Youth Award. 2021, Winner Vanity Fair.
Grabe, ang dami pala ng award ng Masungi. Mga kababayan.
First place, Water Change Maker Award, Global Water Partnership. Warriors of the Year, Esquire Man of at his best 2021. Heroes and Mavericks. 2022, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Awardee Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia 2022. Winner International Union for Conservation of Nature. World Commission on Protected Areas. 22 International Ranger Awards. Winner Sustainability.
Sus, Marisep, ang napakarami palang award dito.
Bet Asia Award.
Tapos, sinuspindi lang.
2024. Asia Pacific Social Innovation Partnership Award held on May 4, 2024 in Taiwan.
Baka kailangan ng dalawa ariglo.
Except to cancel the contract, like I said, they might have the legal right to do so. But hindi man lang nila kinonsider itong awards na natanggap na Masungi, therefore, they're more than qualified na
But there, the land is a protected area owned by the government. It cannot be given to any private entity.
How about a Project Transform? Project Transform would benefit from the knowledge and experience that Masungi already has.
Yeah.
Kung tutuusin.
But they
They should have
cannot
been
own the
invited.
property.
I know po, Madam Sponsor, Mr. President. Kasi yung experience ng Masungi, pwede pong magamit ng Project Transform. Mapapakinabangan po ng Project Transform itong experience at itong magandang record ng Masungi. Kayo po, Madam. Negosyante po kayo, Madam Sponsor.
But it doesn't solve the legal problem of Masungi.
I'm not talking about Madam Sponsor. I'm not talking about the legal problem.
But in the end, you have to be legally correct.
I know.
For a businessman, everything should be legally correct.
Well, some shrewd businessman maybe. Yung mga tusong businessman maybe.
Hindi. Kasi
Pero pag hindi tusong negosyante,
so the history of Masungi, they were granted that to build socialized housing during the old times.
Anong problema ng Masungi?
Go back to the
Bakit siya naspindi nyo?
They did not build socialized housing. They built what do you call this? A resort. And that is not the original intention of the Masungi Geo Reserve. So, in fairness to our government officials, they cannot allow something illegal because they will answer for it in the future.
So ito pong mga member ng Project Transforms, ito po ay mga violators. So aren't they considered as illegal?
Inimbita daw nila, hindi nagpunta.
Hindi po inimbita Masungi. No, Masungi was invited. We talked to Masungi. Would you like us to bring Masungi here? Or even make a phone call? Tawagin Masungi. Would somebody call Masungi? Right here, right now. Mag-alamanan kung sinungaling. DNR o Masungi. Kung gusto mo, magpaano pa tayo? Lie detector test.
Where?
Where daw, we?
Para malaman kung sinungaling.
Ang tanda-tanda na ni Cynthia Villar parang bata pa rin mag-isip. We.
Masungi Rock.
Meron ba kayong pinadalang sulat?
Masungi Rock Management Council was invited and Masungi Geo Reserve is part of it.
Well, show us proof like letter of invitation. Kasi siyempre, pag in-invite sila, hindi naman verbal lang yan. Yan po'y pinapadalan sila ng sulat. Nasaan po yung sulat na they were officially invited, not just verbally. Can you show us?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Invitation natin sa council will kayo rin provide to
We will provide you the invitation to the council of which Masungi Geo Reserve is a member.
No, what I'm saying is a letter of invitation which
Yeah,
would
they're looking
indicate
for it.
that they were officially invited. Without that letter, parang hearsay lang, na-invite kahit na hindi. At syempre, sabihin ng Masungi, we weren't invited. At sasabihin po ng DENR, yes, you were invited. So, paano natin malaman kung sinagsabing totoo o hindi? Dapat may invitation letter and then we receive.
Mr. Tulfo, Senator Tulfo, they have a copy of the invitation.
Can we see that?
Forward it to you.
Okay, that's good enough.
Hindi lang nila dala ngayon, but they will forward it to you.
Now, moving on. Next time naman kasi, kayo dyan sa DNR, pag meron kayong mga project, gawin nyo naman malinis po yung mga project ninyo. Gawin nyo naman pong malinis po yung mga intent ninyo kapag kayo po yung nagsibak ng mga grupo. Ayos nyo naman po. Huwag naman yung parang lokohan para sa akin. I'm sorry for the word. Kasi para sa akin, Masungi should have been invited.
Ayan, mga kababayan, medyo nagkainitan niya dahil siyempre ito si sponsor Cynthia Villar, ipagtatanggol niya siyempre yung DENR. Kaya lang si Masungi nagrereklamo. Di ba? Ang dami palang award ni Masungi. Bakit sinuspindi ng DENR? Pero naiintindihan naman natin. Ang ano lang dito, ang kagandahan lang dito dahil yung Senado talaga, kapag mayroon kang kapalpakan ng isang ahensya, hindi agad-agad na palulusutin yung budget nila. Kasi lalo na kung marami kang kapalpakan. Diba? Hindi, katulad ng ginawa ni Cynthia Villar kay Rezon Tiveros. Diba? Si Rezon Tiveros kasi sponsor dun sa may mga gumagawa ng mga kondo, mga condominium, ganun. Diba? Kinontra din ni Cynthia Villar yun, si Rezon Tiveros, dahil saan daw ilalagay yung mga mahihirap. Diba? So, ngayon, sponsor naman dito si Cynthia Villar sa DENR, nagkaroon din ng bangayan. Yeah? Pero maganda yan para sa akin. At least hindi ka basta-basta palulusutin ng ganun-ganun lang kadali. Samantala, ang dami mo kapalpakan pala sa isang ahensya. Tama yan. Sayang kasi ang ibibigay mong budget dyan, pera ng taong bayan. Kailangan malaman ng taong bayan yung mga ginagawa nyong kapalpakan sa isang ahensya. Dahil taong bayan ang nagbibigay sa inyo ng budget, hindi naman pera nyo yan . Hindi nyo pera po yan . Pera po ng taong bayan yan . Mula sa kanilang mga tax, lahat tayo. Pera po natin lahat yan, hindi yung pag-aari yan. Kaya tama yan, maganda yan kapag ganyan na mayroon mga budget hearing, kung mayroong kapalpakan ng isang isya, kailangan ilantad talaga, di ba? Para hindi tularan. Mga ganun lang kasimple naman yan . Di ba? Yun lang mga kababayan . See you next vlog natin.